Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a video of me painting my nails for the week. I usually do my nails about once a week, and sometimes I just do basic polish, sometimes I do gel or acrylic. It just kind of depends how I'm feeling. This upcoming week I'm not doing a whole lot, but I will be working quite a bit, so I'm just going to keep it basic and just do some regular nail polish. Now I did already do some prep on my nails. I'll show you, this is the oil I use. I am almost out. I do have another bottle. And I just get this off of Amazon. And so you just take this and just kind of rub it around your cuticle. And I put it on my nails as well. I usually try to block off 5 to 10 minutes before I want to paint my nails to do that, as the longer you let it sit and soak in, the better it works. You can see my skin does look pretty soft around my nail beds, and that is because I used that. Now, to get the oil off, but make sure that it still stays on your skin, but your nail beds are dry for the polish, I simply take just a Q-tip here. You can use a cotton pad as well. Q-tips are just a little more precise. And then I use 100% Pure Acetone. Just be careful when you're using stuff like this, as it is very harsh, very flammable, and it does have quite a strong smell. So I just pour some of that in a cap, just like this. You also want to be careful, as the acetone does eat away at things. So you can see I have a nice bath towel here, just to make sure I don't get anything on my desk, as it can eat away paint. So I just dip it in, and I just go across my nail, and it soaks up all the oil. If you ever paint your nails with glitter, this is going to be your best friend. It will take it off no problem. So now that I have done some prep as well as some light filing, pushed back my cuticles, I'm just going to start off with our color. I do use a base coat sometimes. I currently use a smoothing and ridge filling one. I normally use it when I have previously had on gel or acrylics, as it can damage your nails. But lately I have just been using regular nail lacquer, so I haven't needed it as much. I am also using a very light color today, so I don't have to worry about staining. If I was to use a black, blue, or a red color, I would definitely use a base coat, as those colors can stain your skin and your nails quite a bit. So the color I'm going to be using today is by OPI, and it is called Bubble Bath. I actually just recently picked this up at Ulta, and I love it so far. You do have to do a few coats, but it goes on smooth and thin, so it dries pretty fast. So we're just going to start here. I do also want to apologize if there's any background noises. I do have my window shut, but live in an apartment building, so it can get a little noisy. My cat is also next to me, giving himself a bath. Would you like to see him? I'll show you quick. Kitty man. This is my cat. He doesn't know what I'm doing. Alright, so let's get started. I'll shake this off camera just because it's a little aggressive. So I'm painting my nails. I always start with my thumb. No particular reason. It's just what I'm most comfortable doing. You always want to make sure you wrap the tip of your nail, as this can prevent chipping. Always start with a nice thin coat. It will dry much better and much smoother, and you can always add more, but it's a little difficult to take away, as you basically have to start over. Just be careful, take your time. When I do my nails, it's kind of like a little moment for me to get away, not be on my computer, watching TV, on my phone. Just quiet, alone time. I do live with 2 other people, so sometimes it can be hard to come by. Sorry if I'm a little bit shaky. I had a bit too much coffee this morning, so I have some excess energy. I think maybe I'll take a walk after this. So, this is my first coat. You can see it is very sheer. You can see my bare nails underneath. But that's okay, because with 2 or 3 coats, it becomes this beautiful color that you see here in the bottle. So I'm going to do my thumb over here, just because my right hand is a little more difficult to do, as I am right-handed. Let's move this over here a little. Just make sure you don't have too much on the brush, as it's really easy to end up putting too much on, and then you can get the nail polish kind of pools in your cuticle, which isn't a big deal, but it can be a little bit difficult to get off, as you generally need to use quite a tiny brush with some acetone to clean it up. And sometimes it just doesn't work that great, and you end up hitting your nail and have to redo it. And so I always start, I'm not sure if you can tell, right before the cuticle and kind of pull down, and then I push the nail polish back to the cuticle. This is a really easy way to prevent it from overflowing, because if there's too much nail polish at the end of your nail, it's totally fine. It'll wipe off with the brush. But if it's in your cuticle, you're going to have to clean it up. So I start right here and push it back and pull, push it back and pull. Alright, so now that we've painted our first coat on, we want to make sure to let this dry completely. With a thin polish like this, I would say you only need about 15 minutes. But if you have the time, I always suggest to let it dry longer, as you can ensure that it is a dry base to put another coat on. So we'll just tighten this up. I'll be back in just a moment when my nails are dry to do the second coat. Alright, so now that my first layer has completely dried, we're going to go on the second layer. A good trick to make sure your nails are dry is usually the fingerprint test. Press in, and if you see your fingerprint, it's not dry yet, so you can smooth it back out. Or with a top coat or a thin layer like this, you can hear it. See how it makes that nice clicky noise? That means it is fully dry. So let's do our second coat. Put my thumb back here for this one. Just needs to be a little more steady. So I'm going to let that dry, and we're going to finish off with one more coat. Then we'll move on to a little sparkle. Alright, so I did one last coat off camera. So now you can see we have a nice opaque pink color. So I'm going to put that to the side. So you could definitely leave it just like this, but I always prefer a little glitter wherever I can get it. So I'm going to be using the Holo Taco Flaky top coat. So I'm in some pretty bright lighting right now, but I'll show you a little clip at the end and you can just really see how sparkly this is. So I'm kind of deciding if I want to put it on all my nails, just one, or the tips and kind of go forward. I think I might do just a light layer on each nail. So I'm going to shake this off camera just because, as before, it's a little aggressive. So, just like my previous color, we're going to start with the thumb. Alright, so just like I did with the first color, just going to start with my thumb. What I really love about putting different kinds of top coats on that have effects, whether it be, glitter, iridescent, whatever. It's very convenient if you mess up because this hides all your mistakes. So this, you don't have to be as careful. It's a lot thicker than our base color. And you don't have to be perfect because it is a clear polish, just with glitter in it. Alright, so that is one hand done. If you can see if it'll focus. Sorry about the multiple cuts in this video. My roommates are being a little loud. Again, it's going to start with my thumb again. So I'm just going to continue painting, always making sure to wrap the tip of your nail. Alright, let's finish my last nail. Okay, so I have finished both my hands. As you can see, just in comparison, this goes on a lot quicker because you don't have to be as careful or as delicate. You just basically kind of slap it on. Let's see if you can see. Is it focusing? Maybe not, but that's okay. So, just as we did with the base color, we're going to want to let this dry for at least 15 minutes. And then we're going to come back and seal it up with a final glossy top coat. The glossy top coat is what will seal in your nails and make sure they last as long as possible and decrease chipping. Okay, so my nails have completely dried, and I am going to be putting on a top coat. The top coat I'm going to be using is also by Holo Taco. Same brand for the glitter. Shout out to Simply Nail Logical here on YouTube. So this is one of my top favorite top coats. It dries really fast and it leaves your nails nice and hard, just like this. Alright, so just start them. So this top coat is much thicker than our two previous nail polishes. You can also be a little more liberal with the application. Because as I said, it dries very quickly, as well as dries nice and hard so your nails are protected. So first hand done, you can see how shiny they are already. Move this over to the side so you can see a bit better. And our last and final nail. So we are officially done. Here's the final product. So I am now completely done with my nails. I hope you have a wonderful evening. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment as I'd love to say hi. Here's the final product, OPI Bubble Bath with a Holo Taco Flaky Glitter.